Was she really a lover of cake, or did rumors usurp her actual last words? Marie Antoinette's final statement isn't what you might think. The French Revolution was one of the most violent revolutions of its time period. It was caused by a perfect storm of problems, from financial issues due to preceding wars, political instability, food shortages, and new ideas stemming from philosophers all across Europe. Meetings among government leaders, aristocrats, and notable members of the bourgeoisie didn't help ease the tension. Some deputies representing commoners created their own organization. King Louis XVI convinced those representing clergy and nobles to join the new National Constituents Assembly, while simultaneously preparing troops against it. This assembly did away with the feudal system and allowed for more voting eligibility among citizens. Meanwhile, food supplies continued to dwindle. On July 14, 1789, Parisians rioted at the Bastille, a prison that they viewed as a symbol of the monarchy. The National Constituent Assembly tried to create a government wherein the king or monarch could share power with such an assembly, but King Louis XVI's advisors had their own ideas. War also broke out between France, Austria, and Austria's ally Prussia. King Louis XVI's wife, Marie Antoinette, who was born in Austria, suggested that her brother, Holy Roman Emperor Leopold II, invade France to help counter the revolution. However, that did not happen, and the royal family was imprisoned in 1792. By the end of that year, another assembly formed called the National Convention, and it planned to end the monarchy in France. The new assembly charged the king with treason and beheaded him with the guillotine in January 1793. The assembly leaders moved Marie Antoinette to the Conciergerie, a large complex along the River Seine in Paris. There, she was separated from her family and isolated from other prisoners. 2 months later, the National Convention accused Antoinette of financial squandering, treachery, and even incest with her son, Louis XVII. Despite her emotional appeals to the citizens, she was executed in the same way as her husband, at the Place de la Concorde in Paris. Marie Antoinette remained calm when she was taken to the guillotine on October 16, 1793. Her last words were apparently directed to her executioner after she accidentally stepped on his foot. According to world history, she said, "Pardon, monsieur, I did not do it on purpose." Today, Place de la Concorde is a lively pedestrian area in the heart of Paris, just walking distance from the Louvre Museum and the Arc de Triomphe. It features fountains and an Egyptian obelisk, which is over 3,000 years old. There is little indication that the place was originally used for revolutionary executions. There is, of course, another quote more commonly associated with Marie Antoinette, which has regularly been recreated on screen. In the years leading up to the deaths of Antoinette and the king, failed crops caused food shortages among French citizens. A rumor spread that upon being informed about starving citizens, Antoinette replied,
"Let them eat cake."
Such a statement enraged her subjects as they pictured her luxurious life in comparison to their struggles. But multiple historians believe this to be out of character for the queen, as she held charitable causes in high regard throughout her life. The phrase had also already existed before Antoinette supposedly said it, as other historical figures have been attached to similar statements as well. It would seem that Antoinette's cordial, gentle last words are perhaps more reflective of her personality and legacy. The French Revolution was disturbingly violent. Other than Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI, approximately 17,000 people were executed by the end of the revolution. A driving force behind a substantial number of these executions was Maximilien Robespierre, who led the Committee for Public Safety in 1793. He ordered those he deemed political enemies to be executed, often with the guillotine. The National Convention eventually turned on him, and he was executed along with dozens of his allies in 1794. Despite the initial anger toward Antoinette, she remains a well-recognized figure in French history, who's viewed with a little more sympathy now than she was during her lifetime.